Thank you, Mr. President. I'm honored to join and associate myself with the remarks made by my colleague from Rhode Island, who has expressed very forcefully and eloquently the reasons that I believe that Richard Cordray should be confirmed in his nomination as Director of the Consumer Finance Protection Bureau. This country faces a continuing financial crisis. We see it on the job lines, in the streets, in our communities, and that crisis can be traced to the same abuses that this new agency was approved by the Congress to fight. The laws are good laws. They're designed to protect consumers from those abuses and problems that led to this financial crisis. But the laws are dead letter. They are meaningless unless they are enforced vigorously and rigorously, unless consumers are protected, not just in word, but in deed. And that is the reason that we should confirm Richard Cordray as the director of the CFPB. The people in this agency are doing good work. They have the authority now to supervise some of the biggest banks, credit unions, and other financial institutions, but they need a director to oversee the work of non-bank financial institutions, such as independent payday lenders, non-bank mortgage lenders, non-bank mortgage servicers, debt collectors, credit reporting agencies, and private student lenders, lest anyone think that these are abstract or speculative potential problems. They have only to look to their neighbors and friends who are struggling to stay in their homes, seeking to pay their debts, and facing every day the continuing abuses in these areas. They may be among a minority of actors in this area. The bad actors may be a minority, but they cannot be countered unless Richard Cordray is confirmed. I know from my experience that consumer protection laws are meaningless to ordinary Americans as they are to citizens of Connecticut unless there is vigorous enforcement of these laws. Now, Richard Cordray brings to this job a unique set of qualifications. He has been involved at the local and state level in working closely with community banks and credit unions, as well as other financial institutions as a state and county treasurer. He understands the important role that they play in small towns and communities. He knows how to work with institutions and the business people who run them. He's realistic and sensible. He knows common sense. And he has had a positive experience, hands-on, working at the local and state level. I've worked with him personally as an attorney general, worked collaboratively with him, indeed, helping to start the investigation of the mortgage service abuses that have led to a nationwide inquiry and hopefully a nationwide solution. I know him to be a practical and sensitive and sensible person who knows how to listen. Richard Cordray knows how to listen to people who are affected by the rulings that he may make, the policies that he may implement, and the people whom he may hire. Indeed, his nomination was praised by a former United States Senator and current Attorney General, Mike DeWine, a Republican who defeated him in 2012. Republicans in this body have made this issue a partisan one. It should not be. There is nothing partisan about debt collectors or mortgage servicers or others who may abuse their trust to consumers. There's nothing partisan about people who become victims of the practices that continue that we need the CFPB to counter. There is nothing partisan, or should be nothing partisan, about this individual, Rich Cordray, who has dedicated his life to protecting ordinary men and women against the financial abuses that the CFPB is designed to fight. Blocking his nomination is very simply a way to stop the CFPB from ending abuses.